our friend Matt Murphy, his sister was uh, trafficked and murdered, and that was kind of the catalyst for
Yeah.
him wanting to start
Yeah.
Operation Light Shine.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, you think about the things that Matt has done too, like going overseas, fighting for a country, Green Beret, um, and you know you're fighting these wars overseas, but back home, there's a ton of turmoil as well.
Yeah.
And a lot of times we don't think about those type of things that the soldiers go through.
Sure.
It's just like, oh, they're going to fight. Like, no, they're leaving home, and home's not perfect right now either.
Yeah.
It's not, and many for a lot of people, it's not so good.
You're right. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. No, I mean, I think that they don't really understand the sacrifice and, that it's made and that these guys, and not just them, but their families. To me, it's one of the probably the most admirable thing that a man can do. You know what I mean? And I think that like, guys like me and you, they say like every entrepreneur wants to be a rock star and every rock star wants to be an entrepreneur,
All right.
right? But I think every rock star and entrepreneur um would love their chance to be a soldier. You know what I mean?
Mm, yeah.
And just fight for the things that they believe in. Because that's like, man, like I couldn't. I don't know. I think that's just the most admirable thing a man or a woman can do is fight, for something that they believe in that much for so many others, right?
Yeah. And we saw it for so long. I mean, throughout the history of the United States, of course. Um, I think what we're seeing now is all these guys like Matt and a lot of our friends that have been off to war a bunch. And, now they're coming back and really questioning what's going on. Like, that's a hard thing. Happened after Vietnam. My dad was drafted into Vietnam. And, but you question, you're fighting for all these things that you believed in, sacrificing, giving, watching your brothers die.
Yeah,
And, you come back and then um, you learn maybe you didn't go to war for the right reason.
yeah,
I mean, think about 9/11.
yeah,
Uh, when 9/11 happened, we basically blamed Afghanistan. Then we
mhm,
said that Iraq had weapons of mass destruction. We know that Iraq now didn't have weapons of mass
yeah,
destruction. We know that Osama was Osama bin Laden was found in Pakistan,
yeah,
and we spent 20 years, over there. We just and do a brutal pullout. When I talk to my friends now that sacrifice all those things, and a lot of them are questioning
mhm.
that as well.
Was just politics and business and money and greed. I think there's a lot of soldiers and people out there that regret for not even considering the things that they had to do
Yeah.
for our country. I mean, take others' lives, right?
Yep.
And then, coming home and, maybe realizing that it was, um, not for the right reasons, you know what I mean, is a hard pill to swallow. I think entrepreneurs like feel the same way a lot, right? And we can relate to that like as
Mm,
entrepreneurs, right? Like I
mm,
know in some we've known each other for long enough to know that hey, everything's not always perfect,
sure.
right? Like they're with great success comes great responsibility and great sacrifice and it's not always great,